Today's episode is brought to you by Raycon. Raycon has got those good earbuds for your ears. Now let's jump into this podcast. Hello, everybody. It's time for Cox and Crendor.
Cox and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. In 4-hour recording studio. Recording. Wake your ass up. It's the Crendor in the morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode of Cox and Crendor in the morning.
Yes. Apparently you forgot the intro last time.
I did. I don't know why I forgot, but I was also tired, and it happens. You know what? If I forgot it this time, which I didn't, by the way, but if I did, it's a Cox and Crendor show. It's a show with Cox and Crendor, and they do lots of the things that
show.
you like to listen to Cox and Crendor for.
In the morning.
Yep, that's it. And then at the end, it goes boop, 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 and then a robot says good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So you got it. You got what you wanted.
Yeah, there you go. Except it's not last week.
Well, you know, it could be if you just mash the two episodes together, play them at the same time.
That's true. Honestly, that's probably the best way to go about all future episodes. Just mash
These four guys are having a crazy conversation.
Yo, speaking of crazy conversations.
Uh-oh, yes.
I heard one that was not like that crazy. So I don't know why I said that, but it's just a fun segue. It was just, I was at the gym, and there's this older couple walking in, going to like the locker rooms, and they're just talking about like, I guess their business or what they're doing, and they're like 60s, and the guy was just like, I wrote it down, quote, "If we had two more people like Gina, I wouldn't even be worrying about this, but we don't have two Ginas."
Well, first off, I don't know Gina, but I automatically know Gina.
Yes.
And Gina gets shit done, and I love Gina for that.
Yeah. So it's just from this this small paragraph, you can put together Gina is the one that gets everything done. Like, she's just like, What do you need done? I got it, everything. And then there's the others who you're like,
who are not Gina, who do not get stuff done. Oh, no, I'm with this person.
And honestly, Gina's a rarity, right? Like, this is like the mythical pull where it's like, oh my God, you found somebody that gets the stuff done. But then you probably got like Bobby and like Beth. And they just
Bobby and Beth, the two B's?
Yeah.
More like two D's because they're dumb and dumber. Oh, yeah, no, I'm with them.
Beth,
Bobby and Beth suck.
Did you mail that letter? And they're just like, what letter? And they're like, the letter I put on the desk the other day. And they're like, oh, man, I meant to do that. It's like, Gina's like, don't worry, I did it. He's like, oh, thank you, Gina. It's like, Bobby?
I saw it was left there for 3 days, and I know you said 4 days ago to mail it, so I took it upon myself to mail it. It's like, Gina, if I could give you a raise right now, I would. But I have to pay these other two idiots, so I don't have the money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel this at my core. Yeah. This guy clearly runs a business. Whoever this man is clearly runs a business and has to deal with multiple employees. Yeah, no, I understand this.
Yeah. So I wrote that down because I was like, it's a fun little thing for us, not for him. And then there's also, we went out to breakfast the other day, and we sat behind this table of like, I don't know if they were like at a business meeting, because we always get lunch at like brunch times at like 1 p.m. So like there's a lot of either old people or business people, or like a mom with her like small child. Like that's usually the crowd, or like just one singular old man being like, I love brunch, which will probably be me. Really, that was me until Toaster Woman was like, I'll get brunch, and I was like, nice. Then we just get brunch.
But there was a time period where it was just you getting brunch by yourself.
Yeah, because I would just
beautiful.
be like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna get brunch. No, just do it. And then we just started going. She was like, I want to get brunch. And I was like, all right. And then we did.
I wonder if you could like pick up ladies at brunch. You know what I mean? Because in my imagination, I
like
think
how that is the first thing that goes into your mind. It's like you ever getting brunch with people, you're just like, what if I could find someone to date or bang at brunch.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's wrong with that? Why can't I live my life, man? Why can't I just live my life?
I'm not.
Like, I'm just saying, my question is, would it be cool to do that, or would every woman see you at like 12:15 eating breakfast, being like, nah, this guy's a loser? What is the vibe? That's what I'm asking.
Well, I mean, if they're saying you're a loser, they're also eating at 12:15.
Well, I meant like the waitress, the staff, the people that are forced to be there that can't get away from me when I'm like, hey, girl.
Yeah, man. Those are the people they hate. It's like, I think she likes me. It's like, no, they just work there and want a tip. And they can't leave.
Yeah, but like, I got the tip for them.
So this is, again, the fact that your brain goes here is your first thought.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about it.
Look,
odd.
Look, I don't want to be thinking about food because I'm very hungry, so I can't think about the food. I'm not going to ask what you ate because I don't care right now because it's going to make me hungry. I haven't had breakfast. So second off, I then was thinking, okay, well, if you go there by yourself, everyone thinks that it's, kind of lonely to go out to eat dinner or see a movie by yourself or whatever. Frankly, I'm fine with it. I love it. I do stuff by myself all the time. It's really fun. I don't need no one to be around.
Right.
So I was thinking, okay, then if I go there, what if there's a cute girl? What if I'm like, hey, girl, you pretty cute is what I would say, apparently. And then I'd eat my breakfast like, damn, these pancakes almost as good as that cake you got stacked up in that butt, right? And then she'd be like, oh, my God, you dirty, right? So then we start hitting it off and everything be cool. But then I thought, or I'm a lone man sitting at brunch at like noon on a Wednesday, and she's going to be like, this guy doesn't even have a job. So then she's not going to be interested because, she's got to get her bankroll up, dude. And so I'm like, it's okay, girl. It's okay. I'm an undercover lover. And she'll be like, what do you mean by that? And then we'll like kick it off, and she'll be like, I thought you were broke. And I'll be like, that's what they all think. But really, this right here, this is a thousandaire. Is what I am. So, yum yum.
So,
right? That's what was going through my mind when I asked the question. I had a lot of stuff I was thinking about.
It sounds like you're writing your own erotic fan fiction about you.
That is every day of my life. What are you talking about? If you don't wake up every day and write your own erotic fan fiction about you, what are you doing? Are you even living? What's the matter with you?
Yes.
If you can't picture yourself
I am just
erotically involved with everyone around you, then what is the point of living?
I mean, there's probably numerous things that are worth living for aside from the erotic fan fiction about yourself.
You're probably right.
The most realistic scenario is you show up and you're like, hey, how's it going? And they go, oh, hey, it's this guy again. And they're like, he's pretty all right. And then it's like, here's your food. Do you want the same thing? He's like, same as always. And they're like, all right. And then everyone just goes about their thing. And then maybe the old man starts being like, I really like this place. And they're like, that's cool. That's like it. Or they just let them talk. Like that's what it probably boils down to.
You're not wrong. The reality is I'd go, be like, hey, everybody, sit down, eat my food, and leave.
Yeah.
None of what I said would actually happen, but it's the dream, Crendor, the dream of my own erotica.
Sometimes you got to wake up from the dream.
You know what? False. Ignore that.
It's not false.
Listener, ignore that. Sometimes you have to wake up from your dream. No, false.
Sometimes you gotta wake
false.
up.
Sometimes you stay asleep. Sometimes when you wake up and you see how messed up everything is in the world, you say, not today, Satan, and you put your head back down on that pillow and you go back to bed. And you dream sweet dreams, because sometimes shit be out of control and you don't want to deal with it. And that sometime has become all the time. And so I'm just gonna live my dream, okay? I'm just gonna live it. Don't take this from me.
Just saying, all right? If your dream is like to play in the NBA and you're like 39 years old and like not even making it into the first like G League or something, like you should probably just wake up. Right?
Or
you're not gonna have an Air Bud movie.
Or make your own league Make your own professional league. Playing that.
You could do it. It'd probably be
Do it.
I don't know how well it would go. You just need money, which is really just life in general. If you have money, you can kind of just do whatever you want.
Yeah. It's the what is the old person association? AARP?
Yeah.
NBAARP is what it is.
All right, yeah.
And it's for 40 plus people, and it's basketball. You make your own league, and you do it that way. Don't let Crendor tell you what you can't do. NBAARP. You can do this.
I think that's just like the YMCA leagues. Like, I think they already do that. It's just,
but it's official because you made it, and now you can say you're in the NBA. Don't let Crendor tell you what you can't do.
That's true.
You just need a small investment of several $1 million, and you can make this happen.
That's true. I don't know why I was so messed up in my thought process.
It's because you don't live every day like it's your own erotic fan fiction, and that's your problem, my man.
It's true. This is what we just talked about. This not like erotic fan fiction, but we on stream yesterday we talked more about the hypotheticals, which I brought it up a few months ago.
Whoa, what do you mean?
How like Toaster Woman or like people just be like, Crendor, what would you do if you were stranded on an island and like there was nothing to eat? Or like somebody in chat yesterday was like, what would you do if you went into a library and then there was just like one book and it was just how to make dice out of bones? And I was like, all right, number one, why would there be a library like this? Number two, why would they have one book? Number three, I'm probably going to be sacrificed in some like satanic ritual. So, like,
Dice
there's more
Out of
questions.
Bones is the only book in the library? Yeah,
That's
like,
what I'm
whose
saying.
library is this?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. And then people were like, it's a reference to a thing. I'm like, I don't care. This is what when you ask a hypothetical question, there's, like, so many different layers to it that aren't being answered. And I just want to know those layers. All right? It's like, that's what I brought it up the other month where I said, somebody asked me, if this was what would you have for your last meal? Your last meal. And I was like, well, there's a lot of factors. Like, why is it my last meal? Am I hungry or not hungry? Maybe I'm not gonna eat. I'm probably too stressed to even eat. Right?
You've complained about this before,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
your reasoning is sound if it was real, but it's a hypothetical. And so they're literally just saying, pick one or the other, or answer this in a way that isn't complicated.
But I can't answer in a way because it doesn't make sense to me because there's no it just doesn't make sense.
But when they say your last meal, I think the question for you, because you, again, do not live life as though you're in your own erotic fanfic. So you don't, you're not living on that wavelength.
Right.
I think you need a question that's more akin to what would your perfect meal be?
That would probably be a better question, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, for you, that simplifies it. I'm not asking, there's no scenario involved. There's not like, what is your perfect meal? If you had to sit down and eat the thing you wanted to eat the most at that moment, and it could be from anywhere and a combination of anything, what would that be?
But even then, it would depend on how I'm feeling. Because some days I want one thing, other days I want another. So it'd have to be like in the moment.
Today, right now, if you had to spawn in, if you were hungry, assuming you were hungry.
Yeah, I'm not hungry right now. I just ate.
What would you spawn in immediately? If you had the power to do it like a Star Trek where they immediately make the food and it just appears. What would that food be for you? It's your favorite. Go.
All right. I would, thinking. You know what? I'd probably just have the Alinea dishes again, that from the first Alinea visit.
Okay. All right. Look at that. Easy. Done.
There we go. See? Yeah. See, that's all I need. I just need some sort of definitive, scenario. Because a lot of times the scenario is too open-ended. I need close-ended scenarios.
That's what people don't understand. Again, everyone listening. Crendor isn't in our world of potential erotic fan fiction. Crendor is in a confined box of no erotica whatsoever. So he needs you to be confined like him.
And it's crazy in this box.
You got to step your foot in that crazy box. You got to dive in and answer his questions on his level.
Yeah. Like this box is like the fifth dimension. You don't know what's going on in there.
So not necessarily a box.
Yeah, it might not even be a box. Once you get into the box, it might not even be a box at all. Once you're in my plane of existence,
The box unfolds into, yeah.
I did eat my second breakfast today. You laughed at me for my second breakfast.
I was going to mention it because, yeah, right before we did this, you said, hold up, finishing my second breakfast. Which, again, your Hobbit lifestyle, very funny to me.
Yes.
But I'm curious what this was compared to your first breakfast.
Right.
What were the 2 breakfasts you ate today? Because I'm going to imagine not actually a lot.
Okay, so my first breakfast is usually like 30 minutes after I wake up. Usually I'll like wake up a bit. All right, be like, all right, I'm going. Then I make coffee and I have a like, what do you call them? A kind bar. Okay, it's
fruit, nut, chocolate, whatever. Yeah,
it's got like peanuts and almonds and chocolate, and it's good with coffee. It's got some fiber in there, you know. I'm like, all right, and then wait a couple hours. Then I have
so hold on.
Right.
Your first breakfast is basically a snack.
Yeah, it's like a snack breakfast, but it's still a meal.
Okay.
Right? It's still breakfast.
Sure. All right. Yeah, you have coffee and a kind bar.
Yeah.
I get it.
Second breakfast is the full normal breakfast because then I've woken up, digestive system's gotten a little more, rolling. So then I make oatmeal with I got like that thing. It's like granola and flax seeds and shit all mixed together. So I put some of that in there, and then I have like 1 scoop of peanut butter that kind of solidifies it, adds some more like carbs and fiber. Right, stir that up, and then make another coffee. And then usually I'll have like a English muffin as well. They got these, they got really good English muffins at Whole Foods. They're like stone ground English muffins. They're good. Check them out.
Okay.
And then they sell this jelly or jam or whatever, and it's got a bear on it. All right. And they use actual fruit. So you got like actual chunks of the fruit in there. I don't remember which one it is, but like, I don't know if it's called jelly or whatever. So I have some of that on there. That's really good. I either get raspberry or strawberry. Those are the best ones. All right. It's got a bear on it.
Interesting.
Okay. And that's my second breakfast. Those are my 2 breakfasts.
I like that. That's fine. Those are sensible breakfasts. I think when people think first and second breakfast, they think like, I woke up, had eggs, bacon, toast, waited a few hours, and then had, a sandwich and some
Brunch
home
food.
fries and that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
really, you just nibbled.
Yeah. No, it's more so I try to have multiple smaller meals. And by multiple, I mean like my 5 meals of the day. Because if I eat too big of meals, it upsets my digestive system. 1, because I don't got a gallbladder. But 2, I think my body just handles smaller meals better. It's like less stress.
I get it. I mean, I definitely have like, I don't know what's going on lately. I think because of just everything being so much more expensive, I've been doing a lot of just at home cooking. And so I've kind of given up trying to, mess around with various fast foods or dining out for a little bit here, just because there's so like, right now, if you go to restaurants in LA, you will see the prices are the same. But when you get your bill, at the bottom, there'll be like a 40% tariff fee. And you're like, what?
They're tariffing you in the restaurants?
I'm like, yeah, what the hell is this? So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to go to the grocery store and buy stuff for the foreseeable future. And it's been working out fine. Like I got, a very nice loaf of bread. And then I was cutting the bread and making like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with like that good peanut butter that some old man ground and like sold at the farmer's market. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. So that's that real peanut butter. And then I'm using it doesn't have a bear on it, but it's like a marmalade. It's like an orange marmalade thing. That's very good. And so I'm making sandwiches, and the bread, it's got extra fibrous stuff in it, and it's got seeds, and so I'm doing that whole thing for breakfast. That's kind of what I'm doing.
Dude,
it's just a
PB&J. I get
PB&J, dude.
I get the once again peanut butter. It's got a raccoon on it. That's the good stuff. It's the type they only put peanuts and like salt in it. That's it.
The thing is, some of those, the one that I got from this guy, the reason why I bought it from him because I did a taste test, and it tasted like the peanut butter I remember eating as a kid. Some of those peanut butters they sell at Whole Foods especially, or any of those, we're not going to sell you Jif or Skip or whatever. Those peanut butters are always, they have a layer of oil on the top, and they always don't taste like how I think peanut butter should taste.
Well, you got to stir it up.
I understand. I get it. You stir, and then you put it on your bread, and it doesn't have the same taste. And I want it to because it's much healthier. It just doesn't have the same taste. So I don't know what this dude at the farmer's market did, but his tastes like how I remember peanut butter being. And I don't know if he's like secretly spiking it with something. I don't care. Because he's like, it's just the peanuts, and I put the oil in, and I grind it in this machine, and here you go. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know how you're doing this, but it tastes delicious. So that's where I'm at mentally at the moment, is that. And then, I've been trying to make meals that will last a while. So I made, I think last time we talked, I made spaghetti, and that lasted for like 3 days. And, right now I'm making my way through a very interesting order of Factor meals that I got.
Right.
Not sponsored this week at all, but they have a bunch of ones that basically you could make into dips.
Oh.
And so I've been I got one Factor meal that was like a chicken bacon spinach thing, and then I would use tortilla chips and scoop it in. That's where I'm at. I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna have fun at home. And so that's what I've been doing. It has been an issue with the amount of cleaning I had to do.
That's the worst
psychopath
part.
about cleaning. So every time I cook at home, I don't wait. I immediately am like, clean. And I realized that I was boiling water on the stove, and I guess it like overflowed a little bit, and it hit the, you know how like above a gas stove there's like metal, I don't know, like grating, tiling, whatever, so stuff doesn't get hit by the flame. So anyway, I water hit that, and because my meticulous nature was like, oh, I gotta clean it immediately, I probably should have waited, because obviously my apartment complex, while very nice, isn't like the highest quality of the world. So I started scrubbing the water like stain that was on, like, the boiled water hit the hot thing and then immediately evaporated and left a mark. Yeah. So I tried to wipe it. Damn thing started wiping off the actual black coloring of the place where you set your pan down on. So now it's like gray. And I was like, I probably shouldn't have done that. So, I'm learning things, which is not great, but yeah.
Yeah, learning things, never great.
Yeah, well, not in this case. I would have rather had very nice looking, this like pure black tiling or whatever it is, not tiling, but grating above my oven than what, I mean, it definitely looks like it's been used now, that's for sure. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
But the aesthetics of my very clean home are now ruined by the fact that above the stove are these just very gray stained. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, I've been trying to cook more too. Just I like making paninis. Those are easy because you just usually.
Do you have a panini press?
Yeah, we got a panini press.
What?
So, yeah, it was only like $30 or something. Got it years ago.
Oh, that's fun. I was curious if you just decided I want paninis or you had the panini press and then we're like, screw it, we should start making paninis.
No, yeah, we got it years ago to make paninis because I remember eating them at like Panera, but then eating at Panera would give me digestive pain, probably because it's Panera.
That sounds right. That sounds like Panera.
I was like, I could really just make this at home and it'll probably taste better as well. So I did, and it did taste better and didn't hurt my digestive system. And so,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just go to the store, got some sourdough bread, all right, get some cheese. I like to use Munster cheese. I think it melts well. I like a good Munster.
Good stuff, yeah.
Usually I get some arugula. I like to actually throw the arugula on the panini press for like 10 seconds, like kind of grill it up.
To char it up? Dude.
Yeah, then
who are you right now? Okay, yeah, panini man.
You scoop that onto the cheese before you even press it. That way you get a little melt action right away. All right. Get some cherry tomatoes, cut them in half. All right, put those on there. Then sometimes I'm feeling onions, sometimes I'm not. I will also try to like grill those up on it too. Just a little caramelization. You know what I'm saying? Then
is this meat free?
Yeah, I don't actually use meat on it. I used to buy the like lunch meat, like not like the deli meat, but like the actual like the pricier. They're like, this is healthier lunch meat. But then I was like, I don't even need that, so I just didn't even use it. And then then you put another thing of cheese, and then I put on the bottom side of the bread the horseradish sauce.
Love horseradish with the mustache
Yeah,
man.
with the mustache man. Yes.
Love mustache man horseradish. That's the
Yeah.
best.
So put some of that on there. It's a little kick, right? And then you just throw it on there for a bit, flip it over, and then boom, you got panini. I'll usually eat 2, just because.
Damn. First off, sounds delicious. Second off, I'm shocked by your ability to be like, no, I decided no meat, because I have a problem and I don't know what it is. If let's say for dinner, I have a salad, right? If I have a salad and there's no meat or bread on there, all I want in my brain is meat and bread. And it will be hours later, I'm like, yo, I'm so hungry. What if I got like meat and bread? But if I had a meat and bread dish, hours later, I'd be like, what if I got a salad though? and so I'll end up going with that sort of like salad with meat on it with a slice of bread or whatever they give you, because I need all of those components, or else I will have hours later just an incredible desire. If I get like a salad and it's meat and salad, I need bread.
Interesting, because like I don't feel the need for the meat. My dad is very much he's like, everything's got to have meat or like bread or potato. Like he's that person. But like,
or rice. I need rice or potato or bread for sure. I need that.
Yeah. Cause like, I don't know, that's enough for me. And then I'll actually have sometimes I'll have some chips with it. And then I buy like kimchi in a jar. I'll have some of that. I like the kimchi.
So you're definitely filling out get as much as possible, in your body to fill yourself up. But like beyond that, you could give me 8 gallons of salad.
8 gallons of salad, yeah.
and I would try to eat all of it, and I'd still be like, I just want a steak, dude. I don't know. I have no answers for you.
Salad? Like you took 8 gallons of salad.
Yeah,
just liquefied.
we blended it down. I've actually, you know what? I've had enough fruit juices and things in my life that are mostly kale at this point to say, yeah, I probably have. I probably had blended salads before, which is I'm not sure what it's like. Again, I've been in LA for, since 2012, however long that is. I don't want to think about it. And before then, going to a place that served just juice wasn't really a thing. I mean, there was like Jamba Juice and things, but those were mostly sugar, Just getting a weird juice mixed with all sorts of weird stuff wasn't as huge as it is now. And so I never really had experience with it outside of LA. So I don't know what the rest of the country or world is doing in the juice world, but in LA, there is a juice bar on every corner almost, and it's filled with people that, again, look like me, that definitely are like, yeah, no, if I drink juice, I'll lose weight. And it's like, dude, you got to do something else besides that, because it's not helping. And everyone is drinking the juice and loving the juice, and the juice is the thing. But also, it seems kind of douchey.
Yes, it does.
And so I'm not really big on drinking a lot of juice, but I will. I'm not against it, but it seems like I have to have my morning matcha, latcha, kale, acai, peanut butter, banana smoothie with extra chia seeds. And you're like, do you though? Do you?
Yeah,
it's like, it's only $24. And you're like, okay.
I'm not a big smoothie I don't really like liquefied food. Like maybe if I'm sick, or like when I have my wisdom teeth out, I'm like, all right, cool, I'll have this, but not like as an everyday thing. Like I'd rather eat foods that I have to like chew, I just prefer it.
Do you deal with boba the same way?
I mean, like what, chewing the boba balls?
That's the reason why I would much rather prefer liquid than liquid that shoots balls in my mouth.
Well, I don't really mind that, because that's more like in addition to the liquid thing. Like usually Toast Room will get it, and then I'll have some of it, and I don't have like a whole one. I'll just have like a fifth of hers, and then that's that. Like,
do you like the boba in the tea?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I can have it without, but like I don't mind it with it either. I'm not one of
Yeah,
those
I don't,
people where it's like I don't like textures. Like I like texture. It's just one of the things where I don't want to have that every day because I like having different foods and variety of foods and like different.
Okay, all right.
You know, because there's some people that are like, I can't eat slimy things. It like makes me.
That's me.
gag.
I hate them. Hate it. Slime, instant gag reflex every time. The slimier and boba fits that slime perfectly.
It is kind of slimy,
I do not like it at all. And the worst part is you'll be sucking on that damn thing and then you just get a shot in the mouth. I'm like, I don't like this. I don't want this. And you can take that out of context because it stands that way too. I don't like this. I don't want this.
So yeah, and then after that, we'll have dinner, and then usually our dinners are like one of a few things. We'll have like either we've been having a lot of sweet potato quesadillas recently. Those are good. We got that from like a HelloFresh or something. We'll have like chicken pasta with like Parmesan. Got like some zucchini in there, tomatoes. That's pretty good. We had like shrimp tacos or pork taco. We'll like alternate because you don't want too much like red meat. And then sometimes we'll just have like a frozen pizza, like a margarita pizza. But like that's kind of not really feeling anything else that night. So we got like a few different things we kind of cycle through for dinner too.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
And then I'll have like a late night like banana and some peanut butter almond milk. A little more there. Then so usually throughout the day I might have one of my protein thingies too. Just for a little protein boost. That's mainly it. That's like my diet.
Yeah, look at you. Look at you. You know what? I'm impressed. This is also why you're not a big buff man.
Yes. Well,
you don't have nearly as much. Yeah, you don't have nearly as much good stuff in there. You're eating like a healthy dude. We need to get you some more Five Guys. Make you eat a bunch of Wendy's chicken sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Just go to restaurants and only buy French fries. You gotta bulk up, dude.
I don't know when we talked about this. This is on the stream. This is what we talked about at some point. First up, I can't do that because it's going to destroy my arteries. All right? I've got borderline...
that's kind of the point.
I've got borderline blood pressure. So if you start doing that, all right, I'm going to be going into hypertensive crisis. I don't want that. All right? And then you start getting just more digestive issues. The IBS kicks in harder. Like, I don't need that. That's why I'm eating because I could bulk up, get crazier, but I don't want to. I like being where I am. I think it's healthier.
I like being where I am.
I like being where I am. No, we don't need any dreams. We're just in reality. We're in the box. Mm-hmm. The fifth dimension.
Right. In my mind, the box you're in is like the end of Interstellar.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm just like, I follow your path of just eating Five Guys and shit. I'm just like in the box, like, don't do it. Stop.
No. You're banging on the wall. No. Oh, God, no. Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. Also, I didn't even get to the point I had about the brunch people I was behind. I think 'cause you wanted the erotic.
There was a
fan
point?
fiction.
Okay, yeah.
I was behind this group of business people, and the one dude there was like, he had a scarf on. He was like very fancy. And he was just like, there was a bird on my window and he was tapping. And he woke me up. And that was how I started my morning. Tapping. And he said it just like that. So I wrote down tap, bird on window. And I was like, dude, if there's a bird tapping on my window, I'd be like, God, shut up. Right? I wouldn't be like, the bird.
I feel like that's a romanticized way of waking up, though.
Yeah.
The idea of nature waking you and you're well rested enough that you're like, morning. The sound of a bird rapping upon my windowsill as I start the day fresh and new. Like, I can get it. I get it. Again, that's what happens when you live in a world where you live out your own erotic fantasies.
Yeah. But at the same time, they were getting up to leave, and then the same guy mentioned his sleep, and somebody else was like, yeah, I didn't sleep well last night. And he was like, I only sleep 4 to 5 hours a night, and I have for the last 20 years. And I was like, that's not good.
I disagree. I think it's a great thing.
Getting 4 to 5 hours of sleep, getting woken up by a bird.
You know, because nature said you should have gone to bed earlier.
Damn. He's right.
Yeah.
He's right.
Nature was like, if you're going to do this, you got to do it earlier, dum-dum. So there you go.
You know what? I think in my 50s or 60s, I'm just going to become like a yogi.
It's much more fun to do that. Yeah. You want to be that guy. You want to be the guy who just has answers to questions no one's asking.
I'll just be that guy making like yoga videos for people. It's just like, today we'll do our 20-minute wake-up routine to get the body out of its state of paralysis.
The funny part is your videos will come out at like 5 p.m.
Yeah. I wake up 1 p.m.
Yeah, but it's going to take time to make the video, then edit the video, then upload the video.
I'll be like a day ahead.
Oh, right.
Oh my God. Did you see all the Minecraft movie stuff?
I did see it all. People were getting very upset, and part of me completely understands. I think the idea of bringing a chicken or whatever the hell they were doing to a theater, or setting off fireworks, or destroying the theater itself is a bad move, and I don't approve of that.
Yeah.
However, young kids being excited and cheering, and some of the other videos I saw, them going crazy and running around to the theater, I just don't care about that. Like, if that's honestly, if anything, that probably makes the movie better for what it is. So yeah, I'm kind of a mixed mind on that. Some of it's a little too much, but some of it I'm fine with. And theaters are finally filled with people again, so.
Well, I think movie theaters are thrilled. I think the people working at the movie theaters are the less thrilled ones. The people have to deal with everything. The actual people that own the movie theaters are like, this is great. Because they're not, going in there with a mop and garbage can at the end of every Minecraft movie. And then having to turn on the lights and be like, if you guys yell one more time, I'm turning the movie off.
Of course, I sympathize with the actual employees in the theaters cleaning up the messes. But I did work in a movie theater. And in movies, this would have been the year 2000, I think. People were still rowdy at movies then, and I still had to clean up a lot of popcorn and stuff. I think that just comes with the job. And I really don't have a big problem with people being excited and throwing popcorn if it's a stupid movie like Minecraft. Going back to Interstellar, for example, I don't want that to happen during that movie. That would be a weird experience.
Right.
But the Minecraft movie where people are like, it's a chicken jockey and they're losing their minds, I'm fine with that if they want to get crazy and stand up and cheer. Again, I'm not cool with them lighting fireworks and having a real chicken in the theater. That's animal cruelty and, just destroying the seats and things. Like, that's not cool. But, I was there. I that's a job I worked, and I would simply say that popcorn on the ground, that comes with the territory. It's not every theater, clearly, and it's just some stuff online that a lot of it was done to be posted online.
I would say, yeah, most of these people are just doing this for internet content.
Sure.
Which, again, the problem boils down more to the internet content being so prevalent and rewarding. They're like, dude, it's going to get viral hits. It's just a prank, bro. Like, it becomes that.
And that's why those kids that brought the chicken, I think that's pretty messed up.
Yeah. No, that's...
Because they did that just to, have the whole internet viral thing.
Yeah.
When I think the first couple of videos that came out were pretty honest in what they were. And it was just people being really excited and freaking out, and like a few people threw popcorn, but that's kind of whatevs.
Yeah.
Later, it became, hey, everyone's watching these videos, let's get crazy. It's like, all right, no, that's stupid.
Yeah. It's, again, not a lot of these are kids. Like, the kids are just watching being like, woo, yeah. Right? But it's like, quote, kids, which are like probably old enough to know what they're doing, making these decisions primarily for viral internet content.
Yeah, no, and I disagree with that. I think that is trash.
Yeah.
Again, like the footage I saw of people setting off fireworks, that's stupid. That you should be kicked out for that.
Yeah. I'm also not the audience for the Minecraft movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I probably will never see it. Yeah, it doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah. So, for those who see it, enjoy it, I guess.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I would imagine most people are not going to have the experience of people screaming and shouting in their theater. It just won't happen.
Yeah. Or they might just yell. The normal response is people in the theater will probably just be like, yeah. That's probably
Look,
it.
I saw some guy, I don't know if he was Regal president or AMC or someone, was saying that they were thinking about making theaters designed specifically for people who want to like vape and text and all those things. And honestly, do it.
Yeah. Might as well.
I would rather have theaters marked with you can't do any of that in this theater. Go to this other theater so that the young kids who want to like halfway watch a movie but also text their friends can do that. Go nuts. Make the Crazy Kid Theater. I will not go to a theater again. I haven't been to one in a while. I won't go to a theater again until they make some sort of ground rules and enforce them. Because, like I've said before, every movie I've seen the last 2 years has been just unbearable theater experience. There's always 2 or 3 people just not ready for prime time who are there acting a fool. And I'm like, I can't do this. I can barely focus on the movie. And it's not like home where you can throw on subtitles and then be like, oh, I got it. I'll watch what's going on. But if I get caught up in something, I can look at the screen, catch up really quick. That's not a movie that you got to pay attention and hear what's happening. And, I can't do that when there's a dude in front of me on his phone.
Yeah. It's luckily the last times we've gone to see movies, we usually go at like a Wednesday at like 9 p.m. So like there's never really anybody there. And usually after a movie's been out for a bit. So the one time we went, there was only like 1 or 2 other people there. Last time there was literally nobody else there when we saw I don't remember what movie it was. We saw some Sonic. We saw Sonic with literally nobody in the theater. So
Sonic 3?
Yeah,
amazing.
One.
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, so I mean, it probably depends when you go. Like if you go at like 5 p.m. on a Friday or something, it's gonna be crazy. But
sure,
I'm telling you, Wednesday 9 p.m. That's
prime movie night. I mean, I do have a movie theater right next to me, and I could at any point go see a movie. But I just make the decision to not, because in my mind, I'm like, well, it's almost summer, so I'll be traveling a bunch like I always do, and on those flights, I got to have something to watch, so I might as well have the most possible movies to watch, so I just won't watch any in theaters. That's where I'm at right now. There's nothing that's dragging me to a theater. There's nothing that says I got to see this right now. There just isn't.
I mean, that's fair enough. I get that. You're trying to conserve entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever been stuck on a 12-hour flight with nothing new to watch? Dear God, it's the worst.
No, I have not. Mainly because
that's right, you haven't. You've never suffered that.
The longest flight I had was the England one. It was only like 7 hours. And that was already long enough for me. And that's when I watched like Interstellar and Paddington, which phenomenal.
The back-to-back experience, that's probably life-changing. Interstellar and Paddington?
Yeah.
What is time? What is space? What is love?
I think I also saw the Jungle Book live action, which was okay.
That is a solidly okay movie.
Yeah.
That's a very good example. It's okay. Yeah, it's fine.
It's okay. What else did I watch in that play? I also watched it was like an award-winning movie. Was it like Birdman? Is that a movie?
Birdman is the one where Michael Keaton, I believe, thinks he's a superhero. I think that's the one.
Is that the one that's like one continuous shot?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I feel like it was something like that. It was like a movie. I think it was Birdman, though. I think I watched that. Was it the one good? It might have been.
Maybe, because I feel like that's the one where she looks out the window at the end and she's like, wow.
Yeah.
And I think that might be one continuous shot. I don't remember, though. But yeah, that's definitely the one where he's like, I'm a superhero. And everyone's like, no, you're not. You're crazy.
Oh, this said, with a brief exception, Birdman is presented as though it's filmed in one continuous take. So yeah,
gotcha.
even if it isn't, it they make it seem like it is.
Then
Okay.
yes, that's probably the movie you watched.
Okay. Yeah, I watched that. I honestly don't remember much about it.
Neither do I, except for that one premise I just said. I don't remember much about it. Like, if you wanted me to ask like a play-by-play of that movie, I got nothing for you.
Yeah, I definitely remembered more Paddington than anything. So I don't know. You know what else I remember?
It's April. I know Mother's Day is a bit away, but why not get all the planning done now instead of last-minute cards and lone flowers from the convenience mart down the street? This Mother's Day, give Mom what she really wants. Raycon Everyday Earbuds so she can drown out your ceaseless need for attention. Because every mom deserves to relax, recharge, and listen to her favorite music, podcasts, and more in crystal clear sound. Raycon's Everyday Earbuds are the perfect gift for mom. Whether she's headed to the gym, busy at work, or chatting up with her friends on the phone, the best part about it is she's got 32 hours of battery life to do so and multi-point connectivity that lets her pair 2 devices at once so she never, ever has to ask for Bluetooth help again. Recharging takes 10 minutes to give you 90 minutes of battery life. For those who are curious about the timing on the recharge, these earbuds rule. With active noise cancellation, which is one of my favorite features. If you're like me, you just need a moment to zone out, take some time for yourself, just be in the moment. This can't be beat. And starting at half the price of other premium audio brands, Raycon kicks it up with a wide variety of colors too. All the colors of the rainbow, plus those you probably forgot. And right now they even have a Jolly Rancher theme earbuds that are pink and green, and I actually really like those for some reason. I don't know. Maybe pink's my vibe, man. And if your mom, unlike me, doesn't like that color, for example, Raycon offers a 30-day happiness guarantee return policy. No questions asked. So go to buyraycon.com/coxcox to get 20% off site-wide. Right now, Raycon is offering up to 20% site-wide when you buy again on raycon.com/cox, C-O-X, buyraycon.com/cox. All right, let's go to traffic. Let's go to Crendor. There's traffic out there.
Oh man, traffic, let me tell you, there's so much traffic, it's like back to back, back to back, back. There's so many backs that you don't even know the backs if you saw it. I don't know what I just said. So there's a lot of cars out there, it's getting warmer out. Looking down at the 408, looks like the 408's going to be backed up all the way to the 603. But if you take the side roads, that's going to be half the time, but you will have to pass numerous buildings that are oh man, I don't know where I'm going with this. There's a lot of traffic out there. Back to you.
You didn't know where you were going the same way. There was a guy this past week in front of me. I don't even know how I would describe this man, but it was like an older gentleman going 15 in a 45 in one of those old wood paneling station wagons.
Yep.
And the back of his car was filled with like 50 plants. They're hanging out the back. They're hanging out the windows. There's leaves blowing in the wind as he's driving 15 miles down the road. Again, 15 in a 45. I'm stuck behind him, and I'm waiting to, people are zooming past us, and I can't get beyond him. So I'm patiently waiting. Finally, there's no cars. I get into the right-hand lane. I think, okay, finally, I'm past this guy. Because he's also, like, swerving a little, so I don't know what this dude's vibe is. So I just want to not be behind him. And as I start to pass him, traffic slows on my lane. Of course it does. And so this guy, he goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars and then pulls over into the same lane that I'm in. So now I'm backed up by him and 5 cars behind him. So everyone's trying to get now around this guy who's in the right-hand lane now. So I'm trying to wait my turn. Meanwhile, cars are piling up behind me trying to get beyond this guy. So everyone's trying to get over into the middle lane now. And no one can because everyone's trying to do it. So people are trying to fight. Dude, I must stress, one person can absolutely ruin traffic. And this guy was that one person. It was the longest ride I've ever had. I was like, dude, Why are you driving so slow? It was crazy.
Well, his plants are probably like his children, right?
Probably he doesn't want the leaves to blow off. I mean, I understand it. Roll up the damn window then, my man. I have no
They
idea
need
what's going
fresh
on there.
air. The plants need
You
air.
don't understand.
They're gonna die.
Yeah,
All right.
that was wacky. It was a weird drive. Not a fan.
Do you think that man has a house full of plants as well?
I wonder if that car was his house. I'll be honest. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, it could have. You might just be living in the car.
Maybe, because that was a lot. It wasn't just a few plants he bought or a few plants he was moving. It was a jungle in the back of his car. The front part was the seat that he was in and a passenger seat that I think had his wife, ? She looked old but also like a child, so I don't know what was going on there. And then the back, where you would have the back seats and then the trunk space, all plants. Just, like I said, maybe 50 plants.
Dude, I got a question.
Yes.
Do you think there's the type of person, like this is what I like, these people, all right, that they love plants so much that they only eat meat?
First off, I don't think that person exists, but also I think that's hilarious.
Like the anti.
Like, I would love for one of those meat bros who only eats like meat and butter to
Right.
make a video. It's like, the reason I do this isn't because I think meat and butter is better. It's because I don't eat plants. They're living things and I love them.
Yeah. Because it's like.
Plants have never harmed me. Everyday animals are trying to kill us and eat us. Plants, they don't want to do that. Plants are just living their lives and I don't want to eat them.
Dude, I'm telling you, the plant car guy, if anybody's going to be that, it's him. Like this man.
These are my children.
These are literally his children. He loves plants. Anytime he sees them like cutting the grass, he's like, it's like his heart's getting ripped from his chest. He's like, they're killing the grass.
His neighbors always complain about his lawn. Like, it's out of control, Philip. And he's like, fine. So he moved. He moved all of his stuff into a car, and he's like, now I don't have a lawn.
You think it's out of control the way nature just lives and grows naturally? You're out of control.
Humanity's out of control.
Yeah.
I would love that. I want that to be someone's new viral TikTok where they're just like, guys, it's not even about the meat. It's about saving plants. They give us oxygen. That's how we breathe. I'm very health conscious. I need to breathe.
Yeah. They're photosynthesizing. This is that's like the guy who's like one step away from being a supervillain. Like he'd get married to Poison Ivy or something.
I was about to say, it's basically Poison Ivy we've created, basically.
Yeah, but she needs somebody to like work with. That would be this guy, the children plants.
I don't like the that's his villain name, the children plants.
Well, he's the guy with children plant. And then he turns his plants into his like henchmen. Right?
Right. But instead of pants, they wear pots.
Yes. They're like
The bottom,
they're
their
like
legs
Mario.
spread out the bottom. Yeah, their legs spread out the bottom, and they grow out the top. But to cover their plant junk, they wear pots, obviously.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Yep.
They should really pay us to write and come up with things.
Anything. Like, right, pay us to come up with things.
Yeah.
What kind of things? Things
Anything.
that we come up with.
Yeah. That's the traffic.
All right, let's go to weather.
Weather. We got weather requests for. I typed in weather. That's not right. Woohoo! All right, we are cycling through the weather. Here it is. We are going to land on boom. Marsascala, Malta. The heck? It is a small seaside town, which is 90% of all towns in Malta, whose highlight that Jamie Oliver once filmed an episode for a cooking show here in 2010. Currently, residents include one ex-prime minister and one ex-president. Landmarks of the place include the ex-national pool of Malta, the abandoned Germa Palace Hotel, what? Fort St. Thomas, which was built in 1614 by the Hospitaller Knights, and the restaurant Summer Nights. All right.
I went to go try to find the abandoned hotel immediately because that sounds amazing. But hilariously, the Warma Germa, or whatever the hell this is, when you look it up, the first image you find is just a giant image of Golem from Lord of the Rings. I guess they painted him on the outside, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah,
that's the first thing I see.
All right, here it is. Weather for Marsicala, Malta. 17 degrees Fahrenheit. Damn, it's cold. Is this Fahrenheit? What the heck? I thought it was gonna be like 70 or something. It was like tropical.
I mean, it's right on the water, so you would imagine.
Wait, this has to be. There's no way. Hold on.
What? It's in the Mediterranean. It's right. It's like right on the water in the Mediterranean. You would imagine the wind chill is crazy there.
Yeah, but not like. Okay, it was on Great Britain weather. We were using. Okay, it's 62.
Celsius?
Yeah, we're using Celsius. It is 62 Fahrenheit freedom units. Thank God, we're back to normal. 82% humidity, 30.05 inches of pressure, 9-mile visibility, 6-mile-an-hour winds, 56 on the dew point, UV index 0, and a full moon. 6:31 a.m. sunrise, 7:33 p.m. sunset. 10 day. Beep, 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 beep. 69, nice tomorrow, mostly cloudy with some sun. Monday, 69, cloudy, wind. Tuesday, 72, partly cloudy. Wednesday, 71, partly cloudy. Thursday, 66, mostly sunny. Friday, 68, sunny. Saturday, 69, nice, partly cloudy. Sunday, 68, mostly sunny. And Monday, 68, mostly sunny. I was going to say, it's like 17 degrees here. It's like snow on a beach.
I have a lot of questions about this entire place because it doesn't appear like, I guess because it's such a small island, town-wise, it's very small. So there's only so many roads and so many houses, and there's barely any restaurants. Most of them are either pizza places or pasta places or little bistros.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
However, they do have a bar that's called Bat, and I can't tell if that's a mistake.
Bat bar.
Because there's no reviews for it. There's no nothing. It just says Bat. And I was like, oh, okay, Bat. Cool. They also have Legends Restaurant. And I was like, oh, I wonder what Legends Restaurant's like. The interior is just giant wall size. I guess that's supposed to be David Bowie, but also what looks like Peaky Blinders. The aesthetic is crazy.
This is
But also the food looks like fresh seafood, so I'm down for it. Just the vibe of the whole area is bizarre to me, but I've never, ever been, so I wouldn't, I don't have a clue what any of, that little tiny island is.
Yeah, there's a place called Mini Blowhole.
Well, of course there is.
And it's a rock. It's got water. Looks like a blowhole. I guess that's why.
Summer Nights Grill and Pub.
Oh, yeah, that's what they mentioned. Summer Nights.
Looking at it right now. Teachers. What? Teachers Highland Cream? That can get you fired. I don't know.
Yeah.
But also, I love when other countries try to incorporate food from around the world into one single restaurant because it's always insane.
Yeah.
Summer Nights Pub and Grill, you can get just steak, like literally steak. That's it on the plate with 2 slices of lemon, as far as I can see. A burger with, I guess, potatoes. Pizza. You can get a complete fried sampler platter. And then, for some insane reason, ham?
Oh, yeah.
Just like a big hunk of ham?
Yeah, I see that.
And what I'm going to assume is coleslaw next to it, but it does not look appetizing. It looks like pure mayo. It looks like a bucket of mayo they put there. I don't even know what that is. But also, nachos. You can get nachos here.
Yeah, I see those.
That's just like, it's a bizarre concoction of foods that, again, one of the nachos straight up just looks like they poured mayo on it. And I don't know what that's supposed to be. I don't know why that exists.
Yeah.
It's worrying.
Yeah, some of the things look good. Some are like, that's a little too much.
Yeah, the ones like all this, the meat, the steaks and stuff look delicious.
Yeah.
But then the chicken, I look at the chicken, I'm like, that chicken looked like it died again. That chicken has second death. That does not look appetizing at all. But then the next photo underneath it is this glorious looking piece of meat.
Yeah. No, it's definitely one of those places where they're like, you got to know what to order. They're like, oh, okay.
Clearly. Like, yeah. That is very, a lot, like, you know, they got the Corner View family restaurant. And again, seafood, burgers, pizza, pasta, breakfast, nacho. I genuinely question I feel like every restaurant's trying to be everything.
Yeah.
Because it's probably all tourists.
It's Beano's, and they're serving everything.
Telling you, it's all for tourists, clearly. Although, never mind. I found a place called Big Butt Burgers one town over. And it's burgers, but also pizza, but also sandwiches, but also, like, you can't be everything.
Oh, yeah, Big Butt Burgers. There it is.
Rogers Bakery. Please tell me Rogers Bakery is just a bakery. It is. Oh, thank God. It actually looks like a bakery that just sells bakery stuff. Great. Although, the area it's in, as far as I can tell, is just some dude's house. Crazy.
Might be the best one.
Probably is.
Wait, they got Big Boy's Pizzeria and Takeaway, and Big Boy is serving a bunch of random food. He's got fried, like, fish. He's got chicken. He's got wraps. Like, where there's like one pizza, and the pizza looks terrible. What the hell is this? I'm disappointed in Big Boy.
Sorry, Big Boy. Sorry.
Well, that's the weather.
All right, let's go to sports.
Sports. Oh boy, sports. Currently, we're hitting the end of this regular seasons for the basketball and hockey. Currently, for hockey, they are at, I think most people got like 1 or 2 games left to be played. So in the Eastern Conference, we got the Washington Capitals at the top, who also had Alex Ovechkin break the the all-time goal thing held by Wayne Gretzky. So that was pretty crazy. They also have the Toronto Maple Leafs in second, Hurricanes in third, Lightning in fourth, Panthers fifth, Senators 6, New Jersey Devils 7, and then there seems to be a 3-way battle for that 8th seed in the East between the Canadiens, Blue Jackets, and Red Wings, but it looks like the Canadiens will get it unless they lose every game and the others win a lot, but I don't think I'll that. And then in the West, you got the Jets at the top, the Stars, the Golden Knights, the Kings, the Avalanche, the Oilers, and then there's a 3-way battle for the final 2 spots between the Wild, the Blues, and the Flames. But it looks like the Wild and the Blues will get those unless the Flames go crazy and then one of the other 2 choke it away. So that's cool. Then, in basketball playoffs, we've got the Cavaliers in the 1 seed, Celtics, Knicks, Pacers, Bucks, and Pistons. Pistons finally good again, apparently. And then the play-in between the Magic, the Hawks, the Bulls, and the Heat. Then we got the West, which is the Thunder, the Rockets, the Lakers, and then the Nuggets, Clippers, Warriors, Timberwolves, all making they're actually pretty close they're like 1 game apart. So one of those teams will go to the play-in, and then the others get to be just in the playoffs. Then the play-in will be one of them, and then the Grizzlies, Kings, and Mavericks. Yep. Then we got baseball standings. Baseball's going on. We got the Yankees in first by half a game over the Blue Jays. You got the Tigers in first. You got the Rangers in first. You got the Phillies and the Mets tied in first. You got the Brewers and the Cubs tied in first. And you got the Padres in first by half a game over the Dodgers. And the Giants only a game back. A lot of good teams early on. And NFL draft is next week. Woohoo! I'm excited. 2 weeks. We're doing our draft show next week with our football podcast. That's why. Yep.
Okay.
Very fun. I'm one of the people that nerds out over the NFL draft. It's a very... if you don't like football or you don't know anything, it seems like one of the biggest wastes of time. You just sit there and be like, With the 32nd pick in the NFL draft, the Miami Dolphins select John Johnson out of Utah State. And they'll be like, now, John Johnson's 5'6", a little undersized, but he's 378 pounds, big interior nose tackle. You know, he's going to fill that gap that they have down there on the defensive line. Now, they did just lose Johnny Johnson, his brother, to free agency, so big replacement right there. And, you know, with some coaching help, he might get there, and we'll see what happens. And you do that for like 700 picks. It's very fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fun to me.
I'm shocked you didn't cover the most important news of the week.
Mm-hmm.
The curling news. Are you aware
Whoa.
of the curling news?
I am not.
Well, during the World Championships, China has been apparently burning the rocks intentionally. Now, if you're wondering, what does that mean? Don't worry. I looked it up because I too was like, hold on. Curling has terms like burning rocks? Yes. So apparently, you know the sweeper guys that sweep in front of the moving rock? Well, I guess China has been hitting their rock with their sweeper guys, and it moves and slows the trajectory of the rock. And they do it subtly to the point where in slow-mo replays, you can catch it, but in actual competition, the refs are missing it, I guess. And so this was April 5th is when this was going down, and I have no idea what happened after that, but it was huge, and it was a big thing happening on the internet. They were like, I can't believe this, look at them. After watching several times, they're purposely nudging the rocks, as you can see here, in slow motion. This is what burning means. And no... this guy says, and no surprise, the Chinese are cheating.
No surprise there. Man, it's like Deflategate or something. Like, is that a thing that's banned, or is it just one of the loopholes in the system?
Apparently, it's illegal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to. If you touch it, it's supposed to be you remove it out of play. Like, it's just, you don't get the point or whatever for that.
Yeah.
But I guess China does it so well and so sneakily that, like, the refs didn't catch it.
Are they going to do anything about it? Are they, like, reviewing it?
I don't know. This guy said, I'll be asking Devin Huro, a CBC news guy for the Olympics and Paralympics based in Toronto, said he was going to specifically ask Switzerland ahead of the semifinal if they'll be alerting the umpire to watch for this.
Huh. So there's some intense curling news.
Yeah. Also, I love Devin Haro. I assume that's his name because the stuff he posts is like a last rock victory for Brad Jacobs, a quick visit rinkside with his family, and then right into the post-game interview. Here's my quick chat with Jacobs ahead of tonight's semifinal with Mout. Jacobs for the win, an 8-6 win. I love this guy's like. He's so in the world of curling. I need to follow this man because he clearly knows what's up.
Yeah, this is...
Every post he's made, he posts once every hour. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. I got distracted by his own tweets. I was like, whoa.
I mean, this man knows curling. That's
he
for sure.
does. I should follow this guy more.
Well, there we go. And that's sports.
All right. What's our fact of the day?
Fact of the day. Fact of the day. Day. Let's see. I clicked on this and it's got coffee facts. So we're going to actually give a couple coffee facts here.
Okay.
Right. Legend has it that coffee was discovered in the 9th century when a goat herder noticed his goats become hyperactive after eating some strange red berries. I don't know if that's true.
Is that a fact?
It's under thefactsite.com. It's got to be a fact.
All right.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, I guess it says it does seem like that is true. Coffee was discovered thanks to dancing goats. Legend, that's what it says. There's
all right. I mean, I kind of love that, but you would think coffee comes from all over the world, right? The beans?
Yeah. It's one of those, like, the legendary fisherman. They're like, I caught the fish. It was this big. And you're like, okay. So like, I don't know. That doesn't seem very. That sounds like one of those tales people made up back in the day, and then people just believed it.
Yeah. Also, coffee there's like a whole area of the world where coffee grows, and it isn't just South America or African or like Asia. There's a whole there's a belt. There's like a coffee belt of that sort of equatorial area where coffee can be found. And I guess the idea there was a long time ago, some guy saw, I don't know, because I don't know where coffee comes from. You know what I mean? Because it could be any of those places.
Yeah. Well, it says the four main coffee types are the Arabic, Robusta, Excelsa, and Liberica. Or Arabica coffee accounts for over 60% of world's coffee beans.
Oh, Arabica?
Arabica. That's the, tomato.
Yeah.
At first, coffee beans were brewed into a drink. Instead, the ripe red berries were chewed, with Ethiopia's Oromo people being some of the first to do so. So that makes more sense.
That I believe, because Ethiopia in general is kind of that area where everyone's ancestor came from.
Yeah.
So I can imagine a lot of firsts happen there.
Yeah. Plus, I can imagine just picking the beans and like chewing on them and being like, these are good. Right? Like, that would make sense.
Again, my question for all of that is, who was the first guy that did that didn't die? You know what I mean? Because there's definitely, they started chewing on some stuff that definitely killed him.
100%. That's one of those things where people be like, how do people know this is good or bad for you? And it's like, well, people died. And they're like, all right, don't do that. That's a bad thing to do. He did that and died. I'm like, oh, okay. Let's see. And then we also got hold on, one more coffee fact here. There's got to be a good coffee fact. No, it's a whatever fact. That doesn't matter. Coffee plants are a great food source for animals. Interestingly, bees get an extra buzz from coffee plants, as even the flower's nectar contains caffeine. So
I don't want caffeinated bees. I don't like that.
Caffeinated Bee would be a great restaurant name, like a bar.
Yes.
Or like just a coffee shop. Oh my
God. Oh, honey butter biscuits and coffee. That kind of vibe.
Yeah. Just they got honey
caffeinated
and coffee.
bee.
The caffeinated bee.
That's a great restaurant name. Yeah, that's a great. They're only open breakfast and lunch.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. That's your fact of the day.
Okay. Has anyone come to us with tears in their eyes?
We got Dear illustrious sirs, I come to you with tears in my eyes and sand in my wounds. Can I ask you to not give up on the slow process of sponsoring our Tommy Guns Lacrosse Club? We haven't forgotten your generous heart. Wait, so is it...
First off, if that's really them, we haven't forgotten you. I haven't forgotten you.
Yeah.
Send us a message.
Yeah.
We're here. It's all good.
Yeah.
Whenever the new season starts, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
We're not forgotten. If anything, we're just sad we didn't see ourselves on a jersey. That's all. The sooner that can happen, the better.
Yeah. 100%. Which you know what? I say 100% a lot. I realize that.
You know what? You're just like my man Sterling on Hell's Kitchen, season 13. That's Mr. 100%. You're just like him.
Yeah. Dear illustrious sirs, I come to you with tears in my eyes, beseeching your endless creativity. With Magic the Gathering doing so many crossovers, it truly feels like nothing is off the table. If you could each pick a character from any franchise to be a Magic the Gathering card, who would you choose and what would the card do?
Dr. House. The card is called It's Not Lupus.
What?
The card is Dr. House.
Okay.
And his ability thing is it's not lupus, and he can identify I don't know, like any sort of magical inflictions on that you may have in your hand. You have to show it to him. Like if you have anything in your deck that could possibly wound or hurt your cards, you have to show them that if it's in your hand.
I see. Is the lupus thing like a reference? I never watched House.
It is. Yeah. In-house, they always will be like, it could be lupus. And he's like, it's not lupus.
I see. Okay.
And it happens with a frequency that's out of control. Like, to the point where it becomes a meme.
Like the writers just wrote it in because it became a meme.
Yes. And then I think there's one episode where it actually is lupus, which is the whole thing.
That's pretty good. I don't think I would pick one specific one. I would pick a theme. I would love a Magic the Gathering, like, Studio Ghibli theme. I think that'd be great. It would be great because there's so many movies. You have so many different, like, themes with, like, the different movies and, like, there's
but
plenty
I think
of
it may be too many
creatures.
movies and too many themes.
Yeah, but that's good for Magic. You'd have a lot of cards and a lot of different things to work with.
I guess they can make a Final Fantasy one and include every Final Fantasy game. They can include the Ghibli movies.
Yeah. In fact, I Googled it. There's actually a lot of people just make their own Studio Ghibli Magic cards.
I did see, in fact, a guy propose his own Magic card, which, again, I guess is a thing people do, like you were saying, where he was like, yeah, it's called the Mediator. And I think the goof on the card was, if everyone playing loses, everyone wins, or something like that. If everyone agrees to lose, you all win, I think was the card. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but that's hilarious.
I would never lose. If everybody else was like, can we just all agree? I'd be like, no. I would be that person. Yeah, that's what I would do. That'd be fun.
Okay. Look at that.
Look at that. There we go.
Asked and answered.
Yeah. And that's the dear illustrious sirs.
Okay, what is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. TSA catches man smuggling live turtle in pants at New Jersey airport.
You know, I don't understand that at all. I can understand smuggling drugs. I can understand smuggling fruit or money or anything, but a live animal in your pants is just, it doesn't seem like that's going to work.
Yeah, it definitely does not feel like it's going to work.
It just wouldn't.
A Pennsylvania man who was going through security at New Jersey airport was found to have a live turtle concealed in his pants.
Why? For what purpose?
Like, my first thought is, like, maybe it's him trying to steal exotic animals or something. Like, I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
I guess it depends on where he's flying to is the big question.
The turtle was detected after a body scanner alarm went off. TSA officer conducted a pat-down, determined the man was concealing something in the groin area.
Well,
he put
of
the
course.
turtle in his groin?
I would be so worried. I'm like, that turtle is going to be biting things it shouldn't bite.
The man, when questioned further, reached into his pants and pulled out the turtle, which was about 5 inches.
Well, first off, lol. But can you imagine being the TSA agent who's like, all right, I got to scan you? Because having been there and having a bunch of TSA agents over the years scan my junk, it happens with a frequency that's hilarious to me. And every time I'm like, yeah, do your worst. And I think it's funny because I got to watch some guy get down on his knees and rub my junk with the back of his hand. And he's like, I'm trying to be respectful. I'm like, nah, you get in there, dude. You do what you got to do. But I can only imagine because they hate it. Every time you can see the look in their eyes, they hate it.
Yeah.
This guy rubs the back of his hand on this dude's junk and absolutely feels something hard, like a turtle, like a tortoise shell or something. I can't even imagine that guy's reaction. I'd be like, what the hell is going on right now?
It is. He said it was a red ear slider turtle, a species that is popular as a pet. It was wrapped in a small blue towel. The man...
What? Yeah, all right.
The man, whose name was not released, was escorted from the checkpoint area and ended up missing his flight. The turtle was confiscated, and it's not clear if the turtle was the man's pet or why he had it in his pants.
We didn't get... Why would they not get this information? That's the most important part.
Yet again, they fail us.
I genuinely believe most reporting is trash. This is trash.
It's
we learned a thing happened and then nothing about why, how, none of it.
Yeah. Like, where's the details? Where are they?
I just don't understand.
Quote, we have seen travelers try to conceal knives and other weapons in their shoes and their luggage. However, I believe this is the first time we've come across someone concealing a live animal down from the front of his pants. As best we could tell, the turtle was not harmed by the man's actions. He said the incident remains under investigation. It wasn't clear if the man would face any charges or penalties.
I just... What? Why, though? Why, though?
Yeah, there's no whys. There's literally no why. Everyone's just like, he did this thing, and nobody's asking why. Unreal.
He could have done... Like, there's clearly a reason, but the reason also involved I need to smuggle it. I don't want to pay to like, take a turtle in a luggage or something.
Yeah.
But also, I can't get a turtle where I'm going. It has to be this turtle that I'm taking with me.
Yeah. So, like...
There are layers to the story, and none of them are resolved.
There are a lot of layers. Like, maybe it's...
Also, why down the pant? Why not, like, you can put it anywhere.
Yeah, you can
But
put it
on the
anywhere.
crotch, do you think people wouldn't specifically check the crotch?
He's probably like, nobody's going to check my dick. That ain't gonna
That's
happen.
absolutely, if I was any sort of TSA agent, I would assume that's where everyone's putting their drugs and or explicit stuff.
Oh, yeah, because every single person is going to be like, nobody will check there, to the point where everyone's going to check there, because that's where everybody puts their
Yeah.
stuff.
I just... I don't understand.
Well, I guess we'll never know. And that's
We'll
the
never
news
know.
story of the day.
That man's turtle pants. All right, well, that's it for us. Thanks so much for listening and watching. I'm enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit him with the socials.
We got socials, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast. That's where you can find all the episodes. That's where you can post your Dear Illustrious Sir or your weather requests or your comments about how Jesse didn't put the intro on. Also, you can find us on youtube.com/Cox and Crendor for all the animations. That's where animations are. Also, you can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and other audio sites. Also, you find us on our main things of youtube.com/JesseCox, youtube.com/Crendor, Twitch JesseCox, Twitch Crendor, Facebook JesseCox, Facebook Crendor, Twitter JesseCox, Twitter Crendor, Blue Sky JesseCox, Blue Sky Crendor, TikTok JesseCox, TikTok Crendor, YouTube Cren Clips, YouTube Cox Clips, and Patreon JesseCox, Patreon Crendor, and other stuff.
Okay, that's it. Thanks, everyone. See you next time. And as always, woo, to be continued.